No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Pow day.
Dude, let's go.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live from BroncoNationNews.com is presented by RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Western Collective Studios. Head down to Western Collective's locations in Garden City or downtown Boise to try some of their delicious beers, including the Horseshoe Golden Ale, the first beer to support an NIL collective. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Good morning, college basketball fans and Boise State fans, and welcome to Circa Resort and Casino here in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. The college basketball crown literally is here at Circa Resort and Casino. We are down to 8 teams left in the college basketball crown. 2 quarterfinal games on tap tonight. The Sportsbook, the largest in the world, where we are broadcasting here from Circa Sports, the largest sportsbook in the world. And there it is, the game of the day, the Butler Bulldogs and the Boise State Broncos, 5 p.m. back in Boise in the quarterfinals of the college basketball crown. You'll have Nebraska and Georgetown in the second game of the day. How we doing, folks? BJ Rains with you live here at Circa Resort and Casino. Let me know if you can hear me okay, see me okay. Doing the show solo today, so excited for this one, but no kind of technical help behind the scenes. So let me know if there's any issues, if you can hear me okay, see me okay. We have a ton to get to on today's show. We're going to talk with Leon Rice. We are going to talk with Andrew Meadow. We are going to talk with Julian Bowie. A lot of basketball talk for the game tonight, but the breaking news that I just broke on Twitter, Braxton Feely entering the transfer portal for the football team. So not good news. Defensive lineman Braxton Feely, already an inexperienced, kind of thin group up front. They lost a lot of guys from that defensive line. Braxton Feely, as I first reported on Twitter about 15 minutes ago, is headed to the transfer portal. Major loss for Boise State. We will have to wait and see where he is going, if there's already a deal in place. I mean, don't forget the transfer portal is not actually open yet, but my understanding is he has intentions and will enter the transfer portal and has told people around the program, has told some boosters, had told some other people. It's making its way around that Braxton Feely has elected to leave the football team, and that is a massive loss for that defensive line. He was one of the few experienced guys coming back, already lost Michael Callahan, Sheldon Newton, Herbert Gums, and obviously Ahmed Hassanin on the outside, but on the interior there, Braxton Feely was kind of your main guy coming back, and now he is gone, and that's a huge loss for this football team. And now you've had two players, Andrew Simpson last week, now Braxton Feely, two veteran starters for your football team have now entered the transfer portal. So very, discouraging, unfortunate news for the football team. Spencer Danielson has done so good, such a good job to keep this roster together. They held on to everybody in the, December, January transfer portal window, and you knew there was another wave coming. And all those guys that turned down offers, you knew that those schools were kind of going to circle the wagons and add another zero to some of those offers. And sure enough, Boise State has now lost Andrew Simpson and Braxton Feely, and the transfer portal hasn't even officially opened yet for Boise State. So not good news. And not good news at all for the football team. Braxton Feely was a guy, like I said, returning starter, coming back, really came on last year with a really strong year, and he is a massive loss on the interior. They really bulked it up from the junior college and bringing some other guys in, but now I think you're really going to have to, in this portal, go find a defensive lineman and frankly, probably a linebacker as well. So, the transfer portal giveth and take away. And it is what it is. It's college football. It's college athletics right now in this day and age with the transfer portal and with NIL money and tampering and everything else that's going on. It is what it is. So, I tried to caution folks last week when Andrew Simpson left that, hey, there may be another one or two. I didn't know about Braxton Feely at the time, but you just kind of it's just the way it is. A lot of these Boise State fans just kind of think everything is peachy and rosy and nobody will leave because they love their coach Spencer Danielson and they love the city of Boise and the blue and the culture here is so great. And that's all true. But when these players get offered life-changing money, it ends up being a pretty easy decision at some point. And a guy like Braxton Feely, who knows what his pro career is going to be? I'm not sure he's an NFL guy. So if he has a chance to get $600,000-$700,000 for his last year of college somewhere, you got to go take that. So I don't blame the kid. It's the system. It is what it is. And Boise State just does not have that kind of money to compete. They have a budget, and they've got to try to allocate that to all these different players. And when these power schools come in and just offer massive amounts of money, there's nothing a school like Boise State can do about it, unfortunately. The system stinks. It's not cool. But you know what? Now Boise State has to try to use it to their advantage. They're going to have to enter the portal and go find someone to replace him. I think at the spring portal season, you've got to go find some defensive line help. You've got to, and you probably need to find a linebacker to help you out as well. So massive news for the football team. Braxton Feely, my reporting, I don't know if anyone else has reported it or if it's out there anywhere else yet, but I am reporting as of about 30 minutes ago. I think I put the tweet out. Braxton Feely entering the transfer portal. He is gone from the Boise State football team at some point. I don't know if he's going to practice tomorrow. I'm down here mostly covering basketball, but had a couple sources reach out to me, let me know this was going to happen. So I don't know the timing of this. Like I said, the portal is not actually open. So I don't know if he was at practice yesterday. I wasn't there, obviously. I don't know if he's going to be at practice tomorrow. Haven't heard all the details yet of when it's happening, but Braxton Feely has informed others around him that he plans to enter the transfer portal, and that news is out there, for me, and we'll see who else puts it out there as well. But I 100% am confident and can report that Braxton Feely is going to enter the transfer portal at some point, or has intentions to enter the transfer portal at some point. Now, again, I guess theoretically you can enter the transfer portal and then still stay if Boise State ups their offer. I don't know how likely that would be. I mean, that doesn't happen that often, but it does occasionally. We just saw Magoon Guath from the San Diego State men's basketball team put his name in the portal and was going to maybe go to Kentucky or some big-time places and had cold feet, I guess, and decided that he's returning to San Diego State. That's a massive return for San Diego State basketball and changes their team and their outlook for next season. And so you wonder if it could happen with somebody like Braxton Feely. Can Boise State up the offer a little bit and get him to stay? Is he just doing this to put pressure on Boise State to up the offer? I don't know. And unfortunately, I hate to, use the hashtag, use the phrase, but you're already thinking, what's next? Who's next? In terms of, is this the way it's going to be now? Is Boise State going to suffer more losses? Are they going to get more guys that try to put the pressure on some boosters here and put their name in the portal and see if they can get a better offer to stay? I mean, whatever the offer was in December, maybe that offer's gone up now if you're a player on Boise State's roster, a Ty Benefield or somebody that you're all of a sudden still getting calls from other schools. And remember Dirk Cutter saying, $700,000 or whatever it was for a lineman. I think we all thought that was Jaden Virgin Morgan for Oregon who turned that down. And so, does Oregon come back with $1 million? And how does that change things here? So these two portal windows, it's a tough deal for a school like Boise State. And as I said, hopefully they can find a way to get him to return, but not expecting it, not likely at this point. I guess Alexander says he posted it on Instagram. So I haven't seen that yet, but I guess now it is out there publicly that he's put it on Instagram that he is leaving. So we'll get back to the football talk. Obviously, that is a massive storyline here. Braxton Feely entering the transfer portal. We'll try to get, we'll really have to look into that some more and try to get some folks on there. I'm curious to see what happens in terms of who they try to go get now, because they got to go get somebody. They're going to have to go get some sort of, whether it be a lineman, interior, maybe 1-2, whether it's a transfer, whether it's a JUCO guy. I mean, a lot of guys are going to be entering the portal, so they're going to have to go find somebody. I would not expect Braxton Feely to probably come back, but they are going to need to go get somebody, probably at linebacker and at defensive line. So we'll keep tracking that story. Braxton Feely to the portal, and we'll try to get more on that. But obviously a big basketball game tonight as well. We'll talk about today's game against Butler here in 30 seconds on Bronco Nation News.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jackson's, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.
Boise State taking on Butler in the quarterfinals of the college basketball crown. That game tips off at 5 o'clock Mountain Time back in Boise from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It'll be Boise State and Butler in the first game, Georgetown and Nebraska in the second game tonight. You'll have two more quarterfinal games tomorrow, and then the tournament transitions over to T-Mobile Arena for the semifinals and finals on Saturday and Sunday. And as you all probably know by now, we've reached the NIL portion of the tournament. The winner of tonight's game will guarantee themselves $50,000 in NIL money for the team. Not sure how they're going to split that up. Boise State does have 9 scholarship players. They have 3 guys redshirting, and they have 1 walk-on that are still with the team. I was thinking about this. I think the easiest way to do it is you give 10% of the pool money to each of your 9 scholarship players. That's 90%. And then you take that last 10% and give 2.5% to your walk-ons and your red shirt, or your walk-on and your red shirts. They each get 2.5%. They get a little bit of cash for being down here, even though they didn't play. But your 9 scholarship players that are going to get in the game, they get 10%. So they get 4 times as much as those guys. I think that's personally a fair way to do it. I don't know how they plan to do it. Maybe they give everybody the same amount. I don't know. But I'm not sure if a kid redshirting, no disrespect to an Ethan Lathan, should get as much money as a Tyson Degenhart for this tournament. But the team, the players can vote. They're going to vote, decide how they want to break the money up here in the tournament. But $50,000 does go to the winner tonight. It's a new era of college athletics, and the winner is guaranteed $50,000, and then there'll be another $50,000 on the line in the next game to try to get to the championship, and then there'll be another $200,000 on top of that, which gives a $300,000 total to whichever team wins the college basketball crown here in Las Vegas. And excited for today's game. Interesting that the point spread here, I don't know if you can see it on the board behind me. No, it's probably too far away. But last time I looked, Boise State was favored, 7.5 points. Boise State is favored by 7.5 points in this game against Butler. The reason that's interesting is the KenPom number is only 3. KenPom only has Boise State favored by 3 points in this game, and typically you don't see a point spread in a KenPom number more than like 1 off. Now, the leading scorer for Butler is out of this tournament. I'm guessing the KenPom projection didn't take him off the list, and maybe that's why it's only 3. But the leading scorer for Butler is out. Butler shoots a ton of threes. They shoot a ton of threes, and they just keep letting it fly. They've got the the old Iowa coach, Fran McCaffrey, his son is on the team. He jacks up a lot of threes. They've got some other guys that shoot threes. And watching their game against Utah, they will pull it from anywhere on the court. There was a guy that made one from the Ghost energy drink logo, had to be 10 to 15 feet behind the line. So Boise State's going to have to get out, stick hand, as Mike Burns likes to say, get a hand in the shooters, in their, faces, contest the shots. And that's going to be the storyline, the big key for today's game. Can Boise State's defense limit the three-point shooting of Butler? They're a volume team, so they don't necessarily always shoot a great percentage, but they shoot a lot of them, so they still end up making anywhere from 10 to 15 a game, which is a big deal. So they got a lot of guys that like to shoot threes. I think they shot 30-something threes in the game against Utah and shot 42%. So the three-point range is certainly going to be a big three-point arc is going to be a big storyline in this game. Boise State obviously has not shot the three well all season themselves, but certainly Boise State would like to make some threes, defend the three, and try to hang around Las Vegas for a few more days to advance to the semifinals of the college basketball crown. Programming note, Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State's athletic director, will join me live on the pregame show, the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show coming up from the MGM Grand Garden Arena later this afternoon. We'll be live about 4 o'clock back in Boise to get you set for the 5 o'clock tip-off. 4 o'clock in Boise. I know some of you got work, some of you got kids getting home from school, but if you can make plans to try to join us at 4 o'clock, we'll be inside the arena. We'll show you some warm-ups, and we will have Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State's athletic director, joining us live in addition to Abe Jackson and all of our normal pregame fun and games as we get you set for Boise State and Butler. Leon Rice, I had a chance to catch up with Leon Rice, an exclusive interview that we have not aired or played anywhere else. Boise State's coach, Leon Rice, I had a chance yesterday after their film session, after their practice, to catch up with Coach Rice. About a 4-minute interview, nothing crazy, pretty short, but just a couple lingering thoughts on the game yesterday, a couple thoughts on moving forward here in this game today against Butler. So we'll play Leon Rice interview in just a second, but I do want to thank a couple of our great sponsors, including RoePaint.com, our title sponsor. RoePaint.com is our title sponsor. All your painting needs, whether it's those concrete coatings, whether it's the interior, exterior painting, any painting project you may have, make sure you hit up our title sponsor, RoePaint.com. They've done a ton of work for us. Tremendous company. They do a great job. So we highly recommend the folks at RoePaint.com. Taco Bell, recommend them as well. I heard the kids got some Taco Bell last night after baseball practice back in Boise. Was jealous to hear that. TacoBellWorks.com is their website. You can get more information on the history of their company, SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. You can hear more about the giving they do to Boise State. They've committed $400,000 to student-athlete scholarships at Boise State for the men's and women's basketball teams. And you can also apply for a job on their website as well, or find more information on how to apply for a job. Great promotional opportunities, free food while you work, half your wages the next day after your shift. If you're looking for a job, I highly recommend a career at a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location. And oh yeah, the food's pretty darn good as well. Check them out, Treasure Valley Taco Bell location. Hey, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there in your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. The Raines family made the switch a couple years ago when we brought ICCU on board as a sponsor, and I'm so happy we did, but I was also kind of ticked off that I didn't do it sooner. Didn't realize what I was missing. It's just so easy to use. The app is one of the easiest apps around to move money and pay bills and do all that. And I can do all the BNN business stuff on the ICCU app right there from my phone. So highly recommend it. Make the switch to our friends at Idaho Central Credit Union. And if you're hungry, how about Jackson's? The $5 meal deal. They got 2 hot dogs and kettle chips over at Jackson's. $5 gets you 2 hot dogs and a kettle chips at Jackson's. They've also got that 99-cent coffee going. If you have your Let's Go Rewards app, you can get 99-cent coffee anytime, day or night, from our friends at Jackson's. All right, Boise State, Butler tonight in the Crown. I mentioned Leon Rice. Here's BNN one-on-one with Leon Rice getting set for tonight's matchup.
Well, I think the most impressive thing was how we were able to keep contact, as we kind of got our timing back. And, I mean, that's hard. And you can get all of a sudden you start missing some shots, and if you don't forget about that, that can continue the rest of the game. And to have a team flip the script like that in the way we played, it's good job by the coaches for just keep sawing wood, and the guys to just we got some pretty good looks. We settled a few times, but we got some pretty good looks, and they just weren't going. And then we just settled in. But our defense, that's what we always said. That's why we've been good on the road, because when you take your defense and rebounding out there, you don't have to make shots to win. And I was looking at that scoreboard thinking, well, I guess we'll have to win 37-35 if we're going to score at this rate. And
you've done that.
Yeah, we've done that, but I really didn't want to do that. But then we kind of kicked it in and got a nice rhythm to us, and then it just snowballed. And we did some great things defensively, though, to set the school record for steals. I think some of these young guys, you saw a big jump with Peanut, you saw, Julian, and all, those guys are young, and they're just getting more and more comfortable knowing what they're doing. I mean, that was really encouraging.
To have the off day today and a full day of prep and rest and everything, I mean, just what's the feeling like going?
Yeah, it feels great. It does, because, we just got off a tournament here that is just, the emotional victories that we had the first two nights, and it was just one game. You never got a chance to catch your breath, and you never got, and we, Al plays heavy minutes, Tyson plays heavy minutes, and that adds up. So to have this day in between, you feel refreshed. You get the guys. We got the work done early. Now they got the rest of the day. In between games. So they'll be ready to go.
To be one of 16 teams left, wherever it's going to be. When tomorrow morning hits, left playing basketball right now. Just I know it's maybe not the tournament everyone started the season wishing you guys were playing in, but to be where you're at right now and be playing and being together and stuff, just what can you say about it? I mean, you're going to, I think, for the first time in history, play in April for this program tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's awesome because the guys we're doing it with, because, there's some of these teams that are here, talking amongst ourselves, coaches, and there's some teams that look like they don't want to be here and look like they're tired of each other. And I get it. It's a long season. It grinds on you, and there's a lot going on in these kids' lives, and, with portal and transferring and NIL, all the stuff, the noise. But our guys they keep it simple in that fact that the bottom line is we like hanging out together. We like going to the gym today and shooting and doing basketball stuff, and they like playing together, and they, that's what's maybe the difference in this tournament. I said at the start of the tournament, but the team that wins this is the team that wants to be here. And it sounds simple, but that's so true.
And the final thing, just the matchup with Butler, a team that you guys saw last year.
Yeah.
They got a couple of the same players, not a lot, but obviously Brooks is a heck of a player. But what do you make of the matchup with Butler?
Yeah, I was like, when I looked back on it, I was like, was that 2 years ago? I mean, that seemed like a long time ago, because it was the start of last season, so it almost was 2 years ago. And they were, I just remember them being really well coached, and they were a tough team. Big East tough. They got really good athletes. But this team, compared to last year's Butler team, I think this might be the best shooting team we've faced this year. And that's saying something, because all the variety of different teams we've played. But I was trying to think as we went through our stuff of a better three-point shooting team than that we've played all year, and I don't think I see one.
Wow, and that's the key, I guess. Try to guard.
Yeah, that's a big key, because that's what won them the game yesterday, and they shoot them deep. So we got to be on high alert for that, and not let them be comfortable. If they're comfortable, they're really. I mean, they put a lot of points up yesterday.
There he is, Leon Rice. Appreciate him for joining us yesterday, giving us some time after their practice, their shoot around, their film session over there at the Park MGM where they are staying at. While Coach was talking there, I was looking at Ken Palm at some of the stats, and Butler has the number 42 offense in the nation, and they shoot 37%. Excuse me, they're 37. Well, it is 37%. It's 36.8, but 36.8% from 3-point range, which ranks 37th in the country. So they rank 37th in the country at 3-point shooting, and they also take over 41% of their shots from 3-point range. So nearly half the shots they take are threes, and they make them at a very high clip. So it is going to be a very big challenge tonight against Butler. Now, they are without their leading scorer, as I said, Jamal Telfort. He elected to sit out this tournament to rest an ankle. So he is out. That is obviously a plus. But they've got Pierre Brooks. He scored 25, I think it was, last year when Boise State played against Butler in the Orlando Invitational, the ESPN Invitational. If you guys remember that, Boise State played Butler, as Coach said, at the beginning of last season, and Pierre Brooks had like 25 points in that game. He is a great player, and I think he had 24 or something like that against whoever they played in Utah in the first round the other day. So it's going to be a big challenge for Boise State against Butler. Got to defend the three-point line. Got to get out there and keep them from getting hot. If Butler has a hot day from three, Boise State's probably heading back to Boise tonight or tomorrow morning. I mean, it's just simple as that. If they struggle from three, then it could be a better game for Boise State, and they probably win. I think it really does come down to Boise State's ability to defend the three-point line. I'm looking down at my screen, so my eyes are not closed. I'm not looking down, but the way the setup is here, I have the camera up here, I have the laptop down here, so making the best we can of the situation here. I got to just say, the Circa Resort and Casino, I'll give you a live look here. I mean, this place is something special. I know some of you on the chat like to give me crap for, you get a free trip to Vegas and you get to stay at Circa, and I know you love it, but this place really is something special. If you've never been to Circa Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, you need to check it out. It's the largest sports book in the world, and it's got 3 levels, and the Stadium Swim pool. Actually saw Eric Carmichael, Pearson Carmichael's dad, up at Stadium Swim yesterday. We've seen some other folks around here. This place is amazing. So shout out to Circa, Derek Stevens, the owner, Aaron with sports marketing, and Tyler and Darren Banks and everybody. And actually, I ended up getting a chance to go to the Vegas Golden Knights hockey game last night, thanks to Circa. They had some extra tickets. I got to sit right by the glass, actually. It was an insane experience. I went with a couple buddies here from Circa and got to go to the Knights hockey game last night, and that was a fun experience. So shout out Circa. Appreciate them, and we really appreciate Circa for their support and of Bronco Nation News, and look forward to continuing that. Melinda Draper, who has been here, the nachos at the spot you're at are really good. Yes, we are at Victory Burger. We are up here in the corner. Victory Burger is the burger place here. They have outstanding burgers and fries and milkshakes. May have had a Oreo shake or two since I've been here, so not this morning, but on this trip. Barry's Steakhouse, tremendous steakhouse downstairs on the bottom floor. So, need to get here to Circa. Alexander says, next time in Vegas, I'm staying there. You've got me sold for sure. Yeah, it really is a first class place. Pretty cool place, no doubt about it. So, all right, the matchup tonight with Butler. I want to hear from Andrew Meadow. And Riley and Rid's coming up here in the near future. Looking forward to getting back to Riley and Rid. We are going to get back to that. We're going to hear from Andrew Meadow here momentarily, but I do want to thank a couple more of our great sponsors. Snake River Pool and Spa, Patio and Game. Locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. Been around since 1978. They're part of the Boise State home team. You can check them out online at thespateam.com, whether it's a sauna, whether it's a spa, whether it's a pool table. They got you covered. Check them out online at thespateam.com. Hey, the Blue and Orange store. We shout out Travis Hawks and Company. They gave us a discount. We helped out the Morales brothers. Some other folks got involved, and I know there's a crew coming down today with some gear for our friend that was the Utah fan that was doing all the screaming yesterday. That's coming to the game today. We were able to get him some gear. Some folks pitched in, had some money, and we were able to get them a discount. And I know Jordan Morales, I believe, is flying down today, but they got him a jersey, they got him a hat, and you're going to have that screaming fan wearing Boise State gear tonight, thanks in part to the Blue and Orange store. They discounted the prices and helped provide some gear for them. So the Blue and Orange store right there at the Boise Town Square Mall, second floor, next to Pro Image, or online anywhere in the world at theblueandorangestore.com. Appreciate Travis Hawks and Company and the Blue and Orange store. Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, perfect time to go grab a new vehicle from Lithia Ford of Boise. They got some great deals going on right now. The F-150s, all the great options there. Rain's family loving our F-150. Our salesperson, Kim, helped us out. It was an easy process. We test drove a couple, and we were on our way. And they have their full inventory, which they update daily online at lithiafordboise.com. So you can go online, see their full inventory, do your research on the miles and all the different, things that the vehicles have, and then pick the one you want and go in and test drive it and be on your way with a much simpler, easier process. And we talk about NIL money and taking care of guys. Cage Casey, Roger Carrion. I mean, a lot of these football players have deals with Jim Sturk to drive vehicles at Lithia Ford of Boise. So return the favor, folks, and support one of the bigger supporters of Boise State and of Bronco Nation News, and that's Lithia Ford of Boise. Matt Bauscher, he's stepping up in the NIL game. He's stepping up with his pocketbook as well. He's now part of the Boise State home team, and so when you're looking to buy or sell a home, I know everybody has a lot of friends that are realtors. It's a very competitive market business. I understand it, but for everybody out there that's looking to buy or sell a home, I highly, highly, highly recommend our friend Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Does a tremendous job getting top dollar for your sale, gets all the things he can do when you're trying to buy credits and things to get the price down. Rain's family was so happy. We went with Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate, and you can as well. Again, Matt Bauscher online at BauscherRealEstate.com. We got some comments coming in here. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. If Genty left, I bet a lot more guys would have left last year. I know a lot of the talk in there is still about Braxton Feely leaving for the transfer portal, and we will get back to that talk here in a little bit. But let's hear from Andrew Meadow. This is only about a 2-minute interview, pretty quick. But Andrew Meadow in the hotel yesterday after practice on the win over George Washington. Couldn't remember who they played. And then getting ready for the game today against Butler.
Great, we started off slow like everyone saw, but we regrouped and we came out strong in the second half and just took the lead and went from there. And I'm proud of our team, and we're just ready to continue playing.
Were you guys, had you talked about that? Were you expecting to maybe be a little rusty? Like, what was kind of the thought early in the game when it was a little slow start?
A little bit, we haven't played a real game. We all practiced, we all got in the gym, but, it's always hard to have a two-week break and then play a real game is a different feel than practice.
So to get that one out of the way now and kind of get back to normal, I guess, how much better do you think you guys will be from the start, on Wednesday?
I think we're going to be way better, getting that one out the way and playing another good team tomorrow. We're all excited. We had a good practice today.
What, for you to be able to get out there and contribute the way you did and get some postseason experience here and do some things, how do you think you played?
I thought I played good. I think we had major contributions from a lot of different guys, well-rounded scoring, so I'm just happy with our team.
I know, you're young guy, sophomore, but obviously, just for you, for Pearson, for Julian, what is it like for some of these younger guys to get this kind of postseason experience, to kind of get some confidence and things going into the offseason and then next year?
Yeah, it's huge. Not many teams get to play games in late March and now April tomorrow, so it's huge to have that experience, especially for us young guys for next year.
You're playing a game in April. I don't know how weird that is. I don't think a Boise State team's ever done that. At this point, still be together, still be playing. What does it mean?
It's great. Like you said, not many teams get to play in April. This is my first team practice or whatever you say, in April for high school or college level. So it's a cool feel, and it's definitely great to be able to keep playing.
And it seems like you guys, you're here, you might as well win this thing. It seems like you guys are pretty motivated.
No, yeah, we're motivated. If we're gonna be in it, we gotta give it our all and try to win it, because then there's no point of even playing.
And obviously, for you younger guys, but for the older guys like Tyson and some of these seniors, and this is it for them. How much do you guys kind of want to send them out with a win?
Yeah, that's definitely our biggest goal. The other stuff with this tournament is great, but to be able to send those guys for all they've done for the program out on a win will be huge.
I'm not sure what you were expecting with this tournament or what you heard about a first-year tournament, but what's the experience been like to this point?
So far, it's been pretty good. I'd say it's obviously not the NCAA tournament, but for first year with how it's went so far, I think everything's been pretty good so far.
And what is the scouting report, or what do you guys got to do to get the win tomorrow against Butler?
Just come out strong. I think we have to have a good first half, and we got to defend the three well.
There you go. Pretty simple. Get off to a better start and defend the three. If you start 1 of 11 again from the field in this game, you're probably down a lot more than 9-3. That George Washington game, Boise State was rusty, got off to a slow start, and then they were able to, really find their groove there midway through the first half and finally got rolling, had the lead, I think, by 6 at halftime, and then really put it to them. They were only up 3, I think, with about 15 minutes to go in the game when I was looking back at it, and then went on a huge run to get up and eventually win by 30 points there in the second half. So Boise State seems to be rolling right now. As I said, a little surprised the spread is as high as it is. 7.5 is the spread right now. They're -4 in the first half here at Circa Resort and Casino, but Alexander said, glad he said defend the three. And yeah, they had just gotten out of a film session where they showed a lot of those 3-point clips and talked a lot about defending the three. So was the theme of the interviews yesterday was defending the three. And that's going to be big. As I said, Butler shoots the three, one of the best shooting three-point shooting teams in the country, and they also shoot it at a high volume. So if they're taking and making a lot of threes today, it's going to be tough for Boise State. We talked yesterday on the show about this tournament. And I know people said, hey, it's you're putting the cart way before the horse, like win the tournament first, then worry about it. But the fact that you now have $50,000 on the line today and moving forward here, I do think it's an interesting debate in terms of where this game and this season here moving forward will rank in terms of seasons at Boise State. They are at 25 wins now, which is, I think, second or third most wins they've ever had in a season. They're in the postseason, and if they win this tournament, I think there is a debate, as we said yesterday, in terms of what this will mean. So with that said, a loss tonight, and I certainly think you're saying this is a disappointment to come down here as a what did I say it was now? 7.5 point favorite for Boise State. If you come down today and lose as a 7.5 point favorite, no doubt about it, would be a disappointing finish to, in a lot of people's eyes, a disappointing season. And I don't think you'd really have a lot of people probably fight you on that. Pick to win the league, you finish fifth, you don't make the NCAA tournament, and you lose in the second round as a 7.5 point favorite, in a secondary postseason tournament. I don't think anybody would fight you that it was a disappointing season. But if you win this tournament, I think as Mike Prater said it would be a successful season. I don't know if I'm quite ready to 100% say that. I think I probably would, all things considered, but you'd at least have the argument. I know some of you would say, nope, didn't make the tournament. That's it. It's over. Bad season, no matter what. You didn't make the tournament. That's the goal. But as we said yesterday, what would you rather be? San Diego State? You get into Dayton, but you'll get crushed, or you play for an extra couple of weeks and win some cash and win a postseason tournament. So I haven't quite decided where I lie on that. But if you win this tournament, there is certainly an argument to be made that it was a successful season, and that it was one of the more successful seasons Boise State basketball has ever had. And so a lot riding on this next week or so in these games here as Boise State continues to try to win some money and keep playing together down here in Las Vegas. We're going to hear from Julian Bowie in just a second. But first, want to thank Ridley's Family Markets. Shop Ridleys.com. They got locations across the Treasure Valley, the Magic Valley, up in McCall, a ton of different locations. So, check them out at Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. And we appreciate the Ridley family and their support of Bronco Nation News. So the CUNA location is a great one. If you're looking for some deals, download their Skip app. Get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line at Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. Hey, if you're looking for a job, how about the trucking industry? Transportation Compliance Service can help you with all the paperwork and things that, you'd like to be able to do to overweight DOT. You'd like to do it, but maybe you don't know how to do it, or you don't want to screw it up. Let the professionals handle it for you. Transportation Compliance Service. They can get it done for you. They can get you into the trucking industry and out there towing that first load in no time. Transportation Compliance Service, local company helping folks all over the world, online at transcompservice.com. Hey, Lean Feast Meridian, leanfeastmeridian.com. Just had some meals delivered yesterday for the Rains family. So I saw my boys eating a Lean Feast. I think it was some point lunch, maybe breakfast yesterday. But leanfeastmeridian.com, 10,000 plus combinations, healthy eating options, whether it's steak, chicken, shrimp, fish. Leanfeastmeridian.com is the web address, and they're feeding the football team. They're feeding the basketball team. They can feed you as well. It's good 5 days in your refrigerator. They deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley, and you just pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and you're eating like a king. So Lean Feast, check them out, leanfeastmeridian.com. And speakpipe.com/BNN is where you can leave us a voicemail. Leave us a voicemail. Your thoughts on this tournament, the legitimacy of it, your thoughts on what this season would mean if they won the tournament. Would you rather be San Diego State and lose in the first round by 20 to UNC, or would you rather win the crown and win some money? And I mean, what position would you rather be in? Let us know in the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. You can leave us a voicemail right there from your phone. It's Signature Roofing, covering our community for more than 2 decades. MySignatureRoofing.com is the website, MySignatureRoofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof, a repair to your roof, an inspection of your roof, an estimate for a new project, they're ready to help you out. Online, again, get more information at MySignatureRoofing.com. We are down here at Circa Resort and Casino. We're going to hear from Julian Bowie in just a second. I do have some comments I want to read. Again, I'm sorry that I'm looking down here to read the comments, but it is what it is here with the setup we have. Let's see here. Double O'Neill says Broncos got this. Tonight's game is for $50K, right? Yes. If you get to the Final Four, you get $50K. So theoretically, there's a $50,000 check. And I don't know how they do it, if they make some thing after the game where they give them a big check, or if they wait till the end of the tournament, or how that works, if they're going to play up the NIL part of this, I don't know. But yes, if you make the Final Four, which means if you win this game, you're guaranteed $50,000 in NIL money for your team. So don't tell me Boise State's not going to be motivated tonight. $50K on the line, and like I said, that's like $5,000 a player if you divide it up. So that's real money right off the bat here. Double O'Neill, we got snubbed in the big dance. BSU Bill says number one key: how does Butler shoot it from deep? If we can limit them somehow, we should win. If they get hot, we're in trouble. And yeah, BSU Bill, you just summed up the entire scouting report. If Butler makes a lot of threes, Boise State's in trouble tonight. If they keep firing them and keep missing them, and Boise State can control the glass and rebound, Boise State has a great chance to win tonight. I think that's pretty simple in terms of tonight. All right, we got some debate here. Winning the crown is better than being San Diego State and getting smoked, according to BSU Bill. Kurt is saying no, the NCAA is better for sure. Prater called the tournament dumb. I think, that's fine. This is fun for the players and family, but that's about it. None of you are having fun watching this. Kurt, you're not enjoying. You're not enjoying watching your team still compete. I mean, I assume, Kurt, you're a Boise State fan. You're not getting any enjoyment, any fun of flipping on FS1 and watching your team still play, and watch Tyson Degenhart be 10 points away from 2,000 for his career tonight. Seeing Alvaro a couple more times here in a Boise State uniform, like, that's not fun for you. If not, I'm sorry, Kurt. Yeah, it'd have been more fun watching Boise State get crushed in Dayton against North Carolina. I mean, I don't know. I understand it. I get it. That perspective of it, but to say it's not fun or only fun for the family and friends of the players, I don't know if that's accurate, and I would probably disagree with that. BSU Bill would rather have our guys take home $300,000, line up their pockets, than get embarrassed on national television and be 0-11. I really can't disagree with that. Julian Bowie played great the other night. Yes, he did. And we're going to hear from him in just a second. Kurt saying Bowie needs a good game again. Yeah, he scored in double figures. He did have a really nice game. O'Neill says Boise gets the win tonight. We're in the crown, so let's win it. Go Broncos, I believe. There you go, Melinda. The NIT is down to their final two, and it'll be Chattanooga and UC Irvine tomorrow night. Chattanooga and UC Irvine. I had to look it up to see who it was in the finals tomorrow night of the NIT. So there are two teams left in the – trying to figure this out here. We did the math yesterday. 2 teams left in the NIT, 8 teams left. That's 10. And then you have 4 teams left in the Final Four. So there's literally 14 teams still playing college basketball right now, and your Boise State Broncos are one of them. From that perspective, it is kind of cool. Bronco 130. Hold the three-point line and let them shoot from 35+. Yes, that is the goal, but they're still going to shoot it from 35+. They love to let it fly. I saw 3 or 4 in the game against Utah where they hit it from 5 feet plus beyond the line. So just getting to the three-point line won't be enough. They got to extend that line out even further. It's Keaton says, I'm having fun betting on the teams that actually have starters playing. Yeah, that's the case. Let's see. Nick says, I'm loving this. Can't wait for the game tonight. I kind of agree. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't be enjoying this. It's not the NCAA tournament. No one says it is. That would be way more fun. But you know what? You get to watch Tyson Degenhart play basketball today on FS1. And if it was the CBI or the CIT, I'd say, you know what? If it's on TV, enjoy it. You get to watch Tyson Degenhart play. I'd say it no matter what they're playing in. But the fact is, it's what I would say is going to become a reputable tournament here. You're on Fox Sports 1. You're in Las Vegas. You got NIL money on the line. I think it's pretty cool. So I would be all for this. You have no other choice. They're not in the tournament, so they're not in the big dance. So you either watch this and enjoy it or don't watch it all, I guess. But if you're a Boise State fan, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to watch this. So I just don't get the perspective of there. Still love that they're playing. The Atkinsons, I know Dory and the crew coming down, I believe, Friday if they win. Looking forward to seeing you down here, Dory. I love Atkinson's Mirror and Glass. Want to see the boys play again, dreading no b-ball for a while. Well, yeah, they get the win today. My understanding is the Atkinson clan, at least some of them, will be coming down for the game on Saturday. So looking forward looking forward to the game today. It's going to be a lot of fun. D-Ray might win this one. Going to be watching from Pebble Beach. You might win the coolest spot to be at. I'm okay with a best of the rest banner hanging in the rafters. I don't know if that is something that they would hang a banner for this or not. They don't really have any. I mean, it'd be their first postseason championship of all time. Maybe they would. I don't know the answer to that. I'm glad we're here. Love watching this team. Yeah, it'll be fun. Anytime you can get it to hang a championship banner or a trophy, that's a good thing. Alex says fun tournament so far. Don't know who wouldn't want to see Tyson Degenhart more. I don't know. I don't understand that. Very few teams that would have beat North Carolina in the first round with the way they shot the ball. Way better to play in this tournament, as disappointing as it is. I kind of agree with you. I'm not trying to say, hey, Boise State had a better season than San Diego State, or Boise State had a better season than who was the other team that lost in the first round? Utah State, I think, lost their first game, right? Did they? I forget. I think they did. I'm not really debating that part of it. Just right now, who would you rather be? You'd probably rather be this team that's still playing. But if they lose tonight, I mean, that maybe changes things a little bit. They've got to keep advancing and win this tournament. But as of right now, today, yeah, you're having fun. They're still playing. You'd rather be still playing at this point than not playing. So I think that's the way to look at it. You got to give a shout out to your wife for being with the boys while the Broncos, or you won't be back for the weekend. Yeah. Big shout out. I've told her on the phone even this morning. Text, yeah. Not easy this time of year. You've got school. You've got baseball practice. They've got one tonight. One kid has practice. One kid has a game. Shout out Naismith, starting pitcher tonight in a game. So very, very sad and disappointed that I won't be there. I love my kids more than anything, and missing when my kids play baseball is about the biggest thing that pains me more than anything in this world. So, yes, you are 100% right, Alexandra. My wife's amazing. Shout out to the great Karen Rains. And, yeah, love you. Be home maybe tomorrow. Hopefully not till Monday. We'll see. But, yeah, it is putting a big burden on her this time of year with everything going on. And so appreciate my wife and my kids for understanding that work calls and we're down here. But, yeah, all of you that just think I'm partying in Vegas on a free trip all week. No, that we're certainly missing my family, and missing tonight in particular, the exact same time that Boise State's playing. My kid's pitching in a baseball game, so it's going to be definitely tough, man. Eats at you, super tough to miss that. I mean, but it happens. It is what it is, and we'll be back to Boise here at some point in the near future. Surf City Bill wants to see Brendan Ramirez get 5 minutes. I don't know if that's going to happen. They were up by 30 the other day, and he got a minute. But is the Crown champion the 69th best team in the country? No, I would think the Crown team is significantly higher than that, because you had 16 seeds, you had 15 seeds, you had 14 seeds. Boise State was certainly better than all those teams. The teams that had to play in the play-in game, the St. Francis's of the world. I would say those teams aren't considered better than Boise State because they won their conference and they were a way lower conference. Congrats to St. Francis and some of those 16 seeds that made the tournament. That doesn't make them better than Boise State because they made the tournament from a bad league compared to Boise State not making the tournament. So, yeah, I get your point, but no, I don't think that's the case. I think the winner of the Crown's probably somewhere in the 30th, 35th, 40th best team in the country, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look at it and see. No, I'm not throwing 65th. That's not how would you have 65? I mean, if Boise State had made the tournament, they would have been like a 12 seed, right? 12 or maybe, yeah. So right away, you got to take out the 13, 14, 15, and 16 seeds. That's 16 teams right there that you have to throw out that Boise State was going to be seated higher than, is better than in the first round. So 68 right away, that takes, plus the play-in games, that takes you down to 45th to 50th right there. And then look at some of the teams that lost in the first round of the tournament. Boise State winning 4 games. I think it is what it is, but I would say the winner of the Crown is probably somewhere in the 40th range if you really want to go there, but it is what it is. Who cares? Boise State, the best team in the Crown, according to Vlad. Win justifies the argument. They deserve to be in the dance, and the loss looks very bad. High risk, the reward is too. I was actually thinking about that. I haven't asked any of the players about that yet, but is there any part of this where you're trying to prove the committee wrong that you should have been in? maybe that's for something if they win the tournament, to ask about. I don't know, but I don't think they're thinking too much about proving the committee wrong right now. If they win the tournament, certainly they can say, yeah, we deserved it. We should have, we should have been in, whatever. But right now, they want the cash. They want to keep playing together. They want the trophy. I don't think they're trying to prove Bubba Cunningham wrong right now, but maybe that'll change here moving forward. Hey, short interview, about 2 minutes with Julian Bowie. He got into double figures, had a nice game there as a freshman. Let's hear from Julian Bowie yesterday after Boise State's practice ahead of today's game against Butler.
It was a good win. I mean, I feel like we started off rusty like everyone saw, but then we started getting some turnovers and creating offense from defense, and we got going there in the second half.
In terms of like fans or people that don't realize, like when you don't play for 2 weeks, like what was that getting back out there those first 7-8 minutes? I mean, I know just some shots just not falling, but what's that like when you don't play for 2 weeks, and how do you kind of get back on track there?
Yeah, it's just a different speed. I mean, even for practice, like we're playing against each other obviously, but it's just a different speed. So I mean, just to get those first 5 minutes under your belt is a good thing to do.
And to get the whole game under your belt and get a win. I mean, how much, I don't want to say back to normal, but how going into tomorrow's game will feel a little more normal?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those first games can be rough, so I mean, we're happy we got a win.
For you to get some key minutes and get a chance as a freshman to play in the postseason and contribute, what did it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is going to be a good tournament for me to get going and get back to myself like I have been and try and get ready for next year. So.
What is when you get out there, what is the biggest key for you? What are you trying to do out there?
I actually need to make some shots. I mean, at the end of the year, I struggled a little bit, but now I need to get back to knocking down some shots. So.
How do you kind of look at your up and down year? Had some big games, some games where you maybe didn't play as much or didn't do as much. I mean, that's I guess any freshman season,
yeah.
But how do you kind of look at the year so far?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, a typical freshman season. I mean, I'm grateful for it. Like, I'm grateful I got to get on the court as a freshman and play. But even though it was up and down, I'm still grateful for it.
How do you kind of see your role moving forward here, too? When we see, obviously, Chris moving on. I mean, but, Al's obviously moving on. I mean, how do you kind of look at with a big finish in this tournament and then a big offseason, kind of what your role could be moving forward?
Yeah, I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to see what I can do next year for the team.
What, in terms of the game tomorrow against Butler, what do you see as some of the keys?
Keep them off the three-point line. I mean, they're a great shooting team. So I mean, and then we just do us.
And just we've talked about the NIL portion of this, just being down here in this tournament. How much fun are you guys having, and what's it mean to you guys to be playing for a trophy, but now on tomorrow playing for $50,000 too?
Yeah, I mean that's fun. I mean it's a little bit of extra motivation. Like I said, like teams are here for the wrong reasons. We're here together, and that's a little bit of extra motivation for us.
And you've got a couple years left. Guys like Al and Tyson Omar, I mean they don't. This is it for them. How much do you younger guys want to send them out with a championship and let not very many teams get to win their last game?
Yeah, not very many players can win their last game, like you said. I mean, so I mean that's good. And, sorry. No, that's for sure a good thing to get them off on a win. For sure.
Well, there you go. And you can see how much fun these guys are having. There were a couple players behind him making silly faces and having fun and standing dancing in the background there. So these guys like being together. They like playing together. And they're 3 wins away from, doing something, I guess you could say, pretty special, winning the first postseason tournament here in Boise State history. Remember, if they win this tournament, they'll also get 28 wins, which would be the most wins in a single season in program history. But tonight, the watch is on Tyson Degenhardt. He needs 10 points to reach 2,000 for his career. Tyson Degenhardt, 10 points, the first player in Boise State history to reach 2,000 career points. That would be a cool milestone for him. He's already got the all-time scoring record. He's also approaching the single season scoring record. I think he's about 30 or 35 away from that. I'll check on that before the pregame show, but I know he needs 10 for 2,000. So that's certainly something that is in reach tonight and should be fun to watch. Again, final check on the odds. Boise State still a 7.5-point favorite. Right over there on the top left of the right there. You can't read it. It's too far away, but right there is where it is. Boise State -7.5. The over-under 155 points. So they're thinking a lot of points. The Crown, I think, has gone over in every game so far. So 155. I mean, that's like I can't add very well, but 70. Is that 80 to 75 or something like that? Or I guess 73. They're projecting because it's a 7-point spread. So 155 is a lot of points for an over-under. I mean, the Houston Duke total is 136. 136 is the Houston Duke total over here. So you're talking 20 more points expected in this game. But it's been a lot of scoring and not much defense in the Crown to this point. So we'll see if Boise State can do what they did against George Washington, play good defense and find a way to get this win for Boise State tonight. All right, I do want to play a short clip of this interview. The gymnastics team, they deserve a little love. The Boise State Gymnastics team, they are in the NCAA regionals for the 17th consecutive year, 17 straight years. The Boise State Gymnastics team is back in the NCAA tournament. They are competing tomorrow in the regional in Salt Lake City. And Emily Lopez, one of their decorated stars there on the gymnastics team. I had a chance to catch up with her in Boise the other day before I left to come down for the crown. So just wanted to play a couple short sound bites here from Emily Lopez. I know the gymnastics team doesn't get a ton of love, but they deserve it. 17 straight years in the tournament, 5th year in a row that Emily Lopez has done it. She's also gone as an individual as well. And so she's been killing it. The team's been killing it. I mentioned 17 straight years in the regionals for the Boise State gymnastics team. And they are heading down to Salt Lake City today. They will play, they'll be competing tomorrow against UCLA, Minnesota, and Southern Utah. So shout out Tina Bird, the head coach. She's made it every year since took over in 2008. And they ranked 30th nationally in their scoring at 196.115. And so this is one of 4 host sites. They got to finish in the top 2 tomorrow, and then the top 2 again, I believe, the following day to advance. But shout out to the women's gymnastics team at Boise State. Let's hear from Emily Lopez on what it means to get to the tournament.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, my freshman year, we also were in Salt Lake, and now 5th year we're back in Salt Lake, so it's kind of a full circle moment for me. But it's awesome that we don't have to play in. I mean, this team, we work so hard throughout the whole season, so I feel like we're just really lucky, and I feel so grateful to be part of it.
What just to do it all 5 years? What does that mean to you?
It means the world. I've created so many meaningful relationships with my team, my coaches, everyone in Boise State. It just means so much to me, and I feel so lucky to be able to go from club and then go to one of my dream schools in college.
What have you learned the previous 4 times that hopefully can help you this time around?
For regionals?
Yeah, just about what it's like and the experience and everything.
I think don't put too much pressure on it. Just go out there and do what we do every single day. I think gymnastics is a very mental sport, and sometimes you can get in your head. So I think just going out there with confidence, trusting yourself, trusting your team, knowing your team has your back, I think that's something I really try to think about while I'm competing.
How different, you mentioned being there as a freshman, how different is the feeling for you going back this time around?
I think now it's kind of bittersweet, just because I know it's probably one of my last competitions. So I'm sad, but I'm also excited about it, and I just hope to go out there and end my career with bang.
Wants to finish her career with a bang, and again, that would be awesome if she could do that in advance. She's been to the Nationals as an individual, and again, good luck to the gymnastics team this week as they compete there in Salt Lake. And we will have a story from Brandon Walton up on BroncoNationNews.com. We'll have a full story, preview story to get you set for that from Brandon coming up a little bit later today. We also have a preview of this game from Nathan Carroll. I know we've had some great responses. A lot of you guys have been very, liking what you're reading and seeing from Nathan Carroll at BroncoNationNews.com. He has a kind of analytical look what the numbers said about the win versus George Washington, and then he really dives into the numbers against Butler and what it's going to take for Boise State to find a way to win this game against Butler tonight here and move on. We've talked about it. The big thing is obviously going to be stopping the 3-point line against Butler. You limit them, you got a good chance of win. You don't, you could be in some trouble here. So going to be fun. Looking forward to this. As I've said the last couple of days, it's not the NCAA tournament. I get it. I understand it. No one is going to fight you on that. The players have said that, but for a secondary tournament, it's a pretty cool deal down here so far. It's been first class. They've done a really nice job, and very excited and thankful to be down here. Still covering Boise State basketball in April. Hard to be too complaining or sad about that. To be covering a game and watching a game as you all will in April, it's pretty cool for Boise State to be playing. I believe I'll triple check the first game in history in April for the program here in about 7 hours or whatever it is till tip-off. So you guys are watching a free show here on YouTube, so I want to give a quick plug and thank you to all of our sponsors that make this show free of charge for you to watch. So you've heard about them throughout the show, but please support the sponsors, folks. Go use the sponsors and let them know, whether it's on social media, to the owner directly, whether it's with the general manager or somebody when you're there. But please do let them know, like, yeah, we're here supporting you. We're switching our bank over. We're buying a shirt here. We're buying the hot dogs, whatever, because of your work with Bronco Nation News, or, oh, I saw it on Bronco Nation News. Like, that stuff really does matter. You may not think it does, but one person telling somebody that they saw about it on BNN, like, that's a big deal. If you're looking to get some painting done or any kind of projects or any of these companies, like, reach out to me directly and I can get you in contact with them and see what kind of deals and things we can work out. But please do let the sponsors know that you appreciate them, and please do support the sponsors. That's the easiest way to keep this show free of charge, is for the sponsors to see a return on their investment and want to continue to advertise here. BNN, again, other than Bob and Abe, right now, the only outlet that's been down here from start to finish with the Crown, hoping they can win tomorrow and win today, and then Jay Tust will get a chance with KTVB to come down for the weekend. Would love to see Jay down here. But right now, BNN is here, and we're giving you live pregame coverage with warm-ups, live post-game coverage and things. So return the favor if you can. Support the sponsors. And if you're able to get a subscription to BNN, we'd love that. It's just $50 for a full year using that promo code BNN50 deal. So if you can subscribe, we'd love to have you, and we appreciate you for that. And that would be a big deal to add some more subscribers while we're down here. And at a minimum, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that retweet, that share, all those good things on social media. We would love to have you do that and help us continue to grow the Bronco Nation News brand here. So we've hit the 1 hour mark. Good place to wrap up the show. 1 hour, no co-host. Talked for an hour straight here. So thanks to Leon Rice, Andrew Meadow, all of our guests, Julian Bowie, Emily Lopez. Again, good luck to the gymnastics team tomorrow. And good luck to the Broncos this afternoon against Butler. We will have full pregame coverage starting with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 hours from right now. 4 o'clock Mountain Time, the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. We'll have Abe Jackson live. Jeremiah Dickey, the Boise State athletic director, is going to join us live. We'll show you warm-up. Since it's the first game of the day, we can be in the building, and we'll get you set for Boise State and Butler in the Crown. Again, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Join us for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. The big news, Braxton Feely. We talked about it earlier in the show. I know Nathan Carroll is going to have an article up on what the loss of Braxton Feely means for this defensive line. But Braxton Feely entering the transfer portal. If you missed the beginning of the show, huge news for the football team. We'll be all over that today on social media. And again, online, check BroncoNationNews.com. You can read up on the Butler game. And in a short time, you'll be able to read up on Braxton Feely entering the transfer portal and what that means for the defensive line. So a lot of coverage, football, basketball. We got you covered. Your one-stop shop, BroncoNationNews.com, and right here on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in 6 hours. Boise State Butler, 4 p.m. Mountain Time with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. We'll talk to you soon. Super pumped. Appreciate you guys. Bronco Nation News down here in Las Vegas for the Crown. And we'll see you guys. Bronco Nation News live, BroncoNationNews.com. Talk to you in a couple hours from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This is going to be a fun day. Could be a historic day if Tyson gets to 2,000. If the Broncos can advance, $50,000 on the line. Should be fun, and we'll have you covered. Bronco Nation News live from Las Vegas at BroncoNationNews.com.
Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, RovePaint.com. Our major sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, Taco Bell, Lithia Ford, the Blue and Orange Store, Jackson's, and our contributing sponsors, Signature Roofing, Western Collective, Snake River Pool and Spa, Transportation Compliance Service, Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, Circa Las Vegas, Lean Feast, and Timberstone Golf Course.